Hey, it's Dr. Evans here from Sugarland Medical Spa. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a P-shot warning, and I want you to listen up, guys, because this is really important information. And with my 20 plus years of experience, I'm very passionate about my patients. I care about them. I want for them to have, the best and the greatest, but yet and still, my key thing is to keep our men safe. So today I'm going to be having a serious conversation with you today about the P-shot and why you want to make sure that when you do your P-shot, no matter where you are, whether or not you get it from Dr. Evans or not, I just want you to know some of the safety cautions and things to be aware of. So most recently, within the last couple weeks, there unfortunately was another medical spa. It was an unlicensed medical spa down in Mexico. The CDC reported that there were several cases of HIV that were transmitted. They weren't doing the P-shot, but the thing is they were using platelet-rich therapy, platelet-rich plasma therapy. So the thing that I want to let you know about, so yes, the P-shot also uses platelet-rich plasma, but the reason why you also want to be aware of this is because no matter where you go to get this done, they can call it different terms. And this is important because some guys, they ask comments about, okay, well, if I'm going to do the P-shot, how do I know that it's the right place to get it done? What you want to look for is, first of all, it's always best to have a trained medical provider, like literally somebody with some letters behind their name to say that they have been properly trained in this type of thing. Unfortunately, down in Mexico it was actually an unlicensed medical spa, which basically means they didn't have letters behind their name. They weren't practicing safe sanitary practices, so that there basically was a suggestion of they were, basically mixing blood. And that's, that's pretty dangerous. So it would be clear to see why, if a practice was not trained in basic bloodborne, transmission avoidance, techniques, or they didn't have like, a box of gloves nearby for each patient, or they didn't practice aseptic techniques. You can see why some people can actually, unfortunately, get infections and things can be spread from person to person. And that's really unfortunate. So definitely, first thing to know is if you're going to consider doing this procedure, make sure that it's by a licensed provider. Next thing you want to do is you also want to make sure that your provider is part of a group called the Cellular Medicine Association. This is a certificate, and it's really huge. It's an honor. I am certified in things like vampire facelift, vampire facial, vampire breast lift, O-shot, and P-shot by the Cellular Medicine Association. This is signed by Dr. Runnels himself. Hello, if you're watching, Dr. Runnels. And it's truly an honor to be part of this organization. So what happens when we go to these trainings, first of all, I'm aware of all the aseptic techniques, but certainly when you go to these trainings, they also teach you specific things you want to use to practice to be able to keep our men safe, because again, this is your manhood. So when you look for your provider, make sure that they are part of the Cellular Medicine Association. So with my P-shot video, some of the guys, they actually left comments like, where can I find out more? How do I find a provider near me? Go to the Cellular Medicine Association website and look for find a provider near me for the P-shot. That not only says that, hey, this is a licensed provider for the P-shot, but it says that, they have that special training, again, in those aseptic techniques in order to keep you safe. Now, also a key thing too, which you want to look for when you look for your provider, and you can see this, I did another discussion before about the difference between medical spas and medi spas. Medical spas are run by physicians. So again, we have like the utmost strictest, I'm a type A personality myself. So type A means, yes, a little bit anal about everything and extra cautious about everything. So what we do is that we actually take the time, with our patients to not only learn our patients, figure out what is their medical history, if there's any contraindications to getting the procedure done, as well as reviewing, risks, benefits of going through a consent form with all the patients, with all the procedures that we do. So we want to make sure that we know you, that this is the appropriate therapy for you. But in addition, with having the use of the P-shot logo and being part of the Cellular Medicine Association, that means that if I'm doing a P-shot for you, I'm doing a P-shot. I'm not doing a platelet-rich plasma shot for men or other terms that they may call it. So beware, be very wary of who your provider is. Look at their website, see if they're using the P-shot, hopefully you can see this, P-shot logo on their website. Those are the ones that are not only certified in order to use the logo, but again, They really take the time to get to know their patients well. They take the time to ensure that this is the right therapy for you, because the last thing you want to do is you don't want to waste any money. And again, it's it's an unfortunate incident that happened down in Mexico. It's always is a learning environment for all providers of any type of platelet-rich plasma therapy. And again, another thing too you want to look for too when you do your procedure, along with being a P-shot provider, we're actually trained on using special FDA approved kits so that when you come into our office to get your P-shot, guess what you're going to hear? You're going to hear us opening this kit up, because this is going to be your kit. It's going to have your individual things in here. It's going to have, a lot number that's associated with it in order to tell that, hey, this is right for this particular patient. So again, those are just words of caution. Make sure you have a provider that's using the P-shot logo. Make sure that they're part of the Cellular Medicine Association. Make sure they have those special letters behind their name. Again, make sure that they have the certificate. Make sure that they're practicing sterile techniques, using kits and gloves and things like that. That's making sure to keep you safe. So again, that was Dr. Evans' soapbox here about things I want you to be cautious of before you consider your P-shot provider. So take care. I have many other videos like this. Please feel free to like, subscribe for more info on this, and feel free to look us up, www.sugarlandmedspa.com. We're here to help you feel your best at all times. Take care. Peace and love, Dr. Evans.